What about... Hello, Daniel. Pretty sleepy and... mind foggy. Foggy mind. Other than that, I'm good. How are you? Thank you. Hey, Frog. How are you doing? I'm okay myself, for the most part. This makes a good acrylic stand. A good nap? I'm gonna stream for less than an hour and then go to sleep. Hopefully. Uh, cinnamon rolls. I love cinnamon rolls. Hey, Andy. How are we doing with this adorable update? Those who are on Discord, just check the stream notification channel when you have the time. It's like Stream Alert is kind of a big fan of why it's showing, or why it's giving physical contact or something. it duplicates his hug 3 times, and then no images, and then him with his arm around Black from the birthday webtoon clipping. So fun stuff. Why is it just chatting? I thought I wanted to be art. Anyway. Hey, and you love your sons. I love my sons too. They're giving me a lot of trouble. Oh my god, chapter 76. My god. They're both now giving me trouble. Hey, Psycho. Even though the last update was a week ago, but this week felt like an eternity. Really? I've been looking forward for this scene since forever. I love this scene. All updates in this scene is just... I glue my eyes to the screen and the Discord and the WordPress comment. I just wait for any interaction. Black's doing better at thinking than White is at feeling for sure, 100%. Yeah, I guess it's easier for an emotional person to start thinking than a thinking person to start feeling. But yeah, it's gonna be a treat just watching White. My god, chapter 76. Chapter 76 is like... dropping the difference in writing skills and age and just overall him being a genius and me being a kid who likes to draw and write stories. Togashi, the author of Hunter x Hunter, always makes me feel at ease because his word limit for chapters, especially the arc that is updating now, makes me feel good whenever I just see a lot of text in a chapter. And chapter 76 is just a lot of text. If you enjoy Black and White talking and talking and talking, you're gonna enjoy that. If you don't, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what you're doing up to chapter 76 if you don't like that. White's pants are pretty cool. What's written on them? It's written blue in the blue. Right? Yeah, it's a thing I downloaded from... It's not like an intentional thing I wrote. Who doesn't enjoy Black and White talking and talking and talking? I mean, it's... I was thinking about it today. The problem is it's on par of chapter 50, the fight chapter. Because in the fight they say a lot of things. So it's on par of that, but there are scenes before that. Like chapter 50 is on its own because it's just them fighting, arguing, saying in all manners of speech and all tones. But then chapter 76 comes and... Yeah, what prompted these to talk about chapter 76 is Frog's comment about Black being good at thinking more than White at feeling, and... Hey, Hyro. I'm sleepy, but I'm kind of forgetting about my sleepiness while ranting about chapter 76. So this panel originally was like this. I just fixed it today. Looks way better like this. Hey, Iris. White thinking about how to feel about things. Such a freaking vibe. Imagine how much I'm enjoying, not enjoying, how new White is, that I feel like he's easier to draw. I'm drawing this poster-like illustration, and would you believe if I tell you that White, I drew White and he's fine. I rough sketched him, I sketched him, started lining him, and it's all good. He looks good. And Black is the one giving me trouble. And I just wonder, does it have to do with thinking, feeling stuff? Flip, baby, yes. Yeah, that's the vibe. We just jump from emotional instrumentals to trance. Merge selected. Also, can we just think of White for a sec here? Probably the inside of White's head right now. So, White woke up. We're gonna keep tracking this, okay? Throughout the chapter, throughout the book. Like, if you go, just check on White throughout this book, you realize whatever he says or does that is off, you kind of give him some slack, because you have to give him some slack, because it's just wild, the roller coaster of events that's happening around him. So let's just take this chapter for now. We can go over White's life once the whole book is out. We can do just a stream about that. So he wakes up after having a nightmare that is a past memory when his mother deserted him. He wakes up, learns that, here's Jad and Black talking, learns that Daniel is angry with him, takes a shower, doesn't use all his hair products, precious hair products, and just drives to Daniel. Does some parkour thinking. Parkour struggling while talking. Drives back, but no. He probably stopped somewhere to get these biscuits. And then comes to see Black. It's interesting. White is definitely interesting when you look closely at his daily routines. I just came back from watching Wicked and haven't slept anymore. Then you're finishing the day with my stream? You should take a good long sleep after. The stream isn't that long anyway. Black's cuteness in this update when he was a kid and now as growing up is overwhelming. Yeah, he tries, he's growing up and it should look mature and cool and all that, but no. Just... parkour thinking, yep. Also, Black's cuteness when he's a kid. Like, did you tell them I'm 4? I wondered where Jad went. Maybe we'll get to learn that. I just love when someone asks a question that is going to be answered later. Again, it feels like we're all on the same page. Wait, where's your back? Here's your back. White is like, you're lost in thought. Don't. Right. Never mind. But why I have been pronouncing Daniel as Daniel? It should be Daniel. It should be Daniel. I should say it like this because I wrote it like this, but I don't know why. Listen, where's my phone? He's perpetually small. I'm drawing an illustration of him, and he's drinking banana milk. And the way he's holding the carton is like covering the banana. Now it's yellow, so you should know, but it's just showing milk. And I'm afraid people who don't know the story is gonna think, oh, because he's short, he probably drinks a lot of milk. And no, that's not our Black. No. Our Black is very happy with his size. Or not very happy, but like it doesn't have, doesn't have any negativity towards it. Yeah, that's better. Oh wait. Hey, Blue. Already formatting the No, I already formatted Noir's... because I was wondering if I should update the Noir section. Now I'm wondering if I should update Webtoon with this update as a whole. I'm not sure. Next update has a thing... So here's the thing. I usually update Webtoon per scenes. But sometimes I feel like a certain scene has a lot of things that people are not going to comment on everything. So it's better to just split them and space them out so I can collect as many comments as I can. And next update, I'm gonna stop because every time I'm excited about an update, those who read No Home can understand. People, what was the quote? It's the quote I related to most. People must understand things when they're too excited. Never saw him as Daniel kind of guy. Even though he does look English in a way. He even drinks coffee in what looks like teacups at one point. You lost in thought. Are you telling that to Black or yourself? Here, White. He's saying it to Black and it's like marking his territory, I guess. Is there a typo when Noir was talking to Black about toys? First, there isn't a typo here, but there's a mess. Whatever, you can do whatever. There is probably a typo. Let me see. Just a sec. Where is chapter 75? You can do whatever. You can do whatever you want. Oops, there it is. Save. White looks like he needs a nap. He needs a nap. Yes, he does need a nap. Yeah, but I don't know. I read his name as Daniel. Daniel. Oh, okay. For the first time and never looked back. I'm glad that you actually said it's supposed to be pronounced like that way. I kind of want to ask, but I don't remember if it was addressed or not. But was Black ever bullied for his looks ever? There is a very old comic strip, like 4-page scene I drew of people just bullying him verbally, and then White interferes. But it's a very old thing that I thought of and just let go of. Yeldar was definitely bullied for that, or like not teased. Also verbally, I don't see any of them being like probably underhanded bullying kind of deal. I know females, girls in general, are worse at that type of thing than boys. Boys go for the violence route. But they do fear Black's family in general, so they probably, whatever they did is just like underhand. And Yildar does mention it in chapter 59, I think. Yes, 59. Chapter Victimized is the title. Yildar alludes to the fact that he's been bullied in that way. Black, I don't see him, no. Needs to nap just to wake up for a nightmare again. Yeah, I get you. I totally understand life. Are you sneakily moving to Dad's? It would be nice of you, Mr. White, if you tell us the emotion behind that question. It would be better than trying to understand emotions through thinking of their meanings. This has been on my mind since Tuesday, okay? But who would win this fight? Ghoul White or... Ooh. Ooh. Should I know? I Hmm. I can spot that you mean Tokyo Ghoul or Chojin, but I haven't read either. So, if you give me some more information, I'll try to find a good answer. I love how you've been thinking about this for a week. I know, right? I want to know. Mm. I don't know, I both okay, it works, I guess. Sometimes I rely too much on copying and pasting certain artworks that are drawn way faster than copying and pasting. Kind of forgetting that I'm an artist. I don't know anything about ghouls, or I didn't know that Chojin are a thing. Crunching is very important. For some reason, they're eating again. They're eating a lot of snacks in this book. I think regardless of their incarnation, Angry Black will always get the last lick and win or lose, but Guilty Black will always lose. Angry Black will always get the last lick in, but Guilty Black always lose. I see Black always winning actually. That's a good line, and I think about it. So the drawing I'm drawing, the poster-like thing is, I'm drawing a few illustrations at once, and one of them have the boys just in bloody and like just post-fight look, you know. And it's funny that I wanted, because I was thinking while drawing, I was thinking of their fight, and totally imagined Black just biting White's arm for him to let go. I imagine White just holding him by the neck or something, and then Black bites him. And I didn't know how it's gonna look, because it's kind of one of those illustrations that I'm drawing to quote unquote promote the story in my giving up arc. I just wrote a few. I wrote midway through the year. I wrote a pitch for Grey Is to approach art representative and possible publishers and stuff. So yes, I'm in my giving up arc, but when I look at that thing I wrote and put so much time into, I felt like, okay, I want to draw. I have fun drawing, so I'm gonna draw illustrations and just throw those lines and summaries and stuff. So yeah, one of them, and I'm like, then there's a bite. Is it okay? I don't know. Sometimes I overthink things because I don't have enough information, so it's always safer to go to think of the extreme, you know? Is it meant to be who were you deeply thinking about just now with a soft who you were deeply who you were? No, he's not asking. He's like, Black is saying the sucker old man stuff, and White continues like, the old man who you were deeply thinking. Maybe the question mark doesn't have to be there. It sounds like it does sound like a question, but I think in voices is better than written text, I guess, the dialogue. It's true. Frog, I always have this problem. Writing right. When I mean right. Black goes berserk mode and start biting during a fight. Yes, I feel like he has all these childish, unfair moves in a fight. It could be interpreted as a person's heart and mind at war if you've already read the story. Hey, Elma. So he came from behind, you can't see my face. Which begs the question, was Black too much lost in thought that White actually entered and moved around and looked at him intently without Black noticing? Is there a mirror in the room? Can White tell what Black's face looks like from behind? You observed him enough. I think a comma after stuff would solve that. You know what? Maybe not a comma, but what's it called? Like a dash, like he cut him off. That could work too, I feel. And I'm not gonna use the text tool now. I'm just gonna draw it myself. It's a webtoon. On the phone, nobody's gonna notice. Maybe White has superpowers. Their expressions in Spanish are so cute. Thank you. I feel it's a win when we get a panel of White eating. Nope, wait. Crunches and all. Thank you, Andy. I mean, I can tell what my best friend is doing by talking to him on the phone, so I wouldn't put it past White. Some people have auras, very strong auras. Like you can definitely when all of us, even like the least observant person between us, six siblings, can feel when my mother is angry. Ever since we were kids, just by her, like she would be standing doing the dishes, so her back is to the door, and when you enter, you can feel that she's just shining this angry aura. Between my growing collection of screenshots, I have both their most hardcore fights ever, and also these pans of their cute chibi. Yeah, they have those extremes. Drama, violence, and adorableness, maybe. Oh, I should go back to our ORV once I stop reading No Home. Right now, I'm listening to a book, a collection of essays and by E.B. White. And on and off, I'm listening to what's it called? Run with the Wind novel. Which, for those interested, don't get it as an audiobook. I got it as an audiobook because I know I wouldn't find the time or the will or the motivation to read a book. I always go the audiobook route, but it's bad. Those who watched Run with the Wind with me on Discord know how much I used to fangirl Haiji's voice, and I don't know why I didn't think that the audiobook wouldn't have the same voices. They talk in Japanese. Ugh. Disappointment and anger. I was talking to Osden about it, and I said that I might end up buying the book if I couldn't get used to the voices. No Home is too good, man. Run with the Wind is so good as well. This year I was blessed with a lot of things I consumed. I want to do a video of everything that I watched and read and checked and played, because I feel like I was so spoiled with peak after peak, to be honest. And it helped because I mentioned more than once that in the future I'm seeing this duo's circle getting bigger, and not that big, but there are gonna be more people their age around them. And it was just funny how I came across many media that just deals with groups of friends that are more than two. Hopefully I'll be able to draw that eventually, because I don't have that much experience in that area, so I'm kind of worried. Just a little bit. I'm very quiet when walking, and my mom and sister considering opening bells back in my shoes. That's like when I was a kid. Bells, English dub, or I watched it. I watched it in Japanese. Yeah, now I'm watching. I'm listening to the novel as an audiobook, and Haiji's voice is very. Whiskers, that's a cute name. I only do audiobooks for knowledge. I prefer my reading for enjoyment to be created in my own mind. Yeah, I suck at reading. I I suck a great deal at reading. So my audiobooks is always my go-to. The Mad Dog arc. Oh, I have a fan art in the making. It's a good arc. So now we have this thing. This duality of black is like from this to this to this. Hi, Javi. No, but genuinely asking, how do you tolerate audiobooks? I tried listening to a couple and I can't never stand them. I enjoy listening to audiobooks a lot. I have two conditions though. A book shouldn't be read by its author at all. It's the worst thing ever. That's number one. And number two is I don't like different voices. Like I came across a lot of good narrators that just do all the voices, male, female, old adults, children, even creatures. And yeah, I enjoy that a lot, to be honest. Reading is exhausting for me. My brain doesn't register words and they become white noise. I feel like that's what I feel when reading. It's a very exhausting task for me. Boss has entered the chat. I want to show you. I really want to show you. Do I have... Where's my phone? Can I connect? Sure, Javi. Because I changed the arrangement of the furniture in my room and now the sofa is right in front of the tablet where I'm working. So he's just he's just standing there and he's listening to my voice, but he's scared. He's not registering my voice yet. The previous arc broke my heart enough, dude. Hey, A. Welcome back to the streams. I can't say you won't get your heart broken a few more times. I mean, I read the story 3 times already. And by the third read, I still cried buckets. Finishing it. Mr. White. Fan art that I keep teasing. It's a set of 4 illustrations. I finished 2. I have the idea for one, which is from the Mad Dog arc. And one, I have the idea, but I don't know about the composition at all. The Mad Dog one, I do have the composition picked already. I have 11 chapters left of No Home, and I'm in a I don't want to finish it quickly state, so I'm slowing down. I feel it. What's the name of the book you're talking about? So I was talking about listening to Run with the Wind novel. We were talking about No Home Manhwa. We also mentioned ORV, Omniscient Reader Viewpoint. I always have to remember the title. White and black are asking the real questions. They don't see it, but we all see it. That they are inching towards being on the same page, actually. It's fun. When you're like pre-25 years old, usually, you're plagued by too many questions and too many things that when you look at them after you're 25, you feel like you were thinking too much about stuff and overcomplicating stuff and making mountains of molehills. But they're all valid, even when you feel it. Like I do feel it about certain things, but I never downplay my experience. I feel, and I always have to remind myself when I'm drawing or writing these struggles of the boys. Because as a writer, you sometimes think like, is this overcomplicated? Am I like over focusing on stuff? But this is what Grey is all about, I guess. And I just I look at it from this lens of, it's a very valid experience. I'm thinking to rewatch Link Click before season 3. Is there a date for season 3 yet? I'm not gonna rewatch. Like I would watch season 1, but season 2. My only problem with season 2, I loved season 2, but my only problem is the color palette of the twins. It was too much colors. You haven't watched season 2, watch it. It's a very good one. Also, the openings and endings. The opening and the ending. Yes. December 27th? Season 3, really? I missed that. I totally missed that. I'm done with the formatting, so there's a teaser for next week. I'm in my 20s and I'm overthinking and I'll play every step I have to take. So yeah, 20s are a mess. Yeah, because school and college don't prepare you for anything, honestly. You just feel like you just dropped into this massive world without any knowledge. But yeah, don't beat yourself too hard. Honestly, I was always is me thinking about this makes it real, or do I need nothing for it to be? I love saying it in white. Glad to hear that. You're finally settling down. That's great. Moving houses is very exhausting, man. I feel for you. So, next week, we're getting more of White's point of view, bangs filled point of view. Hey, Aishu. Welcome, best break ever. Welcome. Thank you. Twice in 3 months? My god. Best of luck. I see some... Oh, there it is. There's a difference between the chat messages coming on screen and the chat messages on my OBS. Switch 2 jobs. Are you doing okay? I really hope you're doing okay, Iris. That's a lot of changes. I would be ranting non-stop, whining non-stop. The funniest thing is how my best friend is an overthinker, so I thought I was just a normal thinker compared to him. I was not. That's the thing, whenever I used to talk to my best friend from college about stuff, and she'd say I'm overthinking, and I'm like, this isn't overthinking, this feels like thinking to me. Because I can spot when I'm overthinking. Thinking and overthinking, man. Wild stuff. I wonder what Black saw in the boxes to make him remember that. He found the business card. More of King White. White point of view is always a good update. He's gonna think stuff too. This is your teaser for next week. If you can spare some time for next week, it's gonna be fun to take it all in with other people. That's why I don't want to overexcite anyone, mainly myself. But yeah, I think it's gonna be fun. The more people are around the update. No, but same, my friend has been my lifesaver. She's been like the only thing keeping me going through this, so I will... Friendship, man. Send my regards to your friend. Now I'm more curious. He's curious enough to see how high he can float, so... Will he? He's wondering how high he can float by talking, so he's curious. Is that curiosity? Frog is so curious too. No, Black isn't yawning. He's throwing biscuits into his mouth and crunching, munching. Not gonna lie, the Banks panel always remind me of the one meme where we see the point of view of a character and it's just them not being anything. As a person who always has their bangs in front of them when they're off the drawing desk, that meme doesn't make sense. I see everything through my bangs. I'm afraid if I don't think about it in all possible angles, I'll miss something crucial and I'll end up making a mistake or something. It's so frustrating, but doesn't feel right to stop. Yeah, but you know what's the trap in that? Both White and I can attest to this. The trap is like try not to think of all possible angles, believing that you can stop something crucial happening, or stopping yourself from making a mistake, because no, overthinking and having all the possible outcomes doesn't really prevent it. Not to mention, there are always things that can come out of nowhere, and it's only gonna destroy you if they come out of left field. Or yeah, it's just, if you need to overthink, you can't stop it. I get it, I totally get it, but never believe that. I'm still trying to recover after 3 years of yeah, thinking I do have everything under control by looking out for everything. The floating analogy, yes. Life does go on, and it goes on unexpectedly most of the time. It's just the biscuits. The funny thing about these biscuits, in the region, in the Middle East, we call out cats saying bis. I don't know where other places. So it's kind of like a biscuits with a cat logo. I have a thought. Since he is 4 in the context of the volume, if we are going to get something... Wait. Since he is 4 in terms of the volume, if we are going to get something very special. I'm so behind when it comes to grades. I was busy with college, but now I'm free to enjoy it again. I'm looking forward for you to catch up and read it. And I hope you enjoy it. Best of luck with everything. I know, but anime logic dictates you can see through a whole veil of hair, but not makes it. Oh, I get it now. Okay. Excuse me. I'm always slow with these things. You can't plan for all scenarios and trying to is 100%. I started to tell myself this particularly, it's not my circus, not my monkeys. And honestly, it's made so many situations easier from... I love it, I'm gonna steal it. Not my circus, not my monkeys. I mean... It's very, like, it's funny how sometimes easy solutions just like this, a line that you repeat to yourself can actually be a solution. Wait, what connection are we talking about? What's adorable? There is Arab army living your work, so could you open live speak in Arabic, please? Ah, I thought of doing live streams in Arabic. This was my plan this year, to set when I started streaming, I thought of having a schedule where like Saturdays is for Grey is I have a day in the week for working on clippings, a day for talking in Arabic, a day of gaming, a day of reading manga, and that's about it, I guess. But yeah, we plan and then life offers us different things. Hopefully, in the future. I'll keep it in mind. Also, welcome. Because I can't help everyone in every situation. Sometimes you have to prioritize yourself. I know the word. It's just... The cast... Oh, the biscuits. The biscuits. Okay. Whatever you need to do to keep your boundaries, Iris. Yeah, these such things, such lines, saying them as a person who speaks to themselves out loud all the time, yeah, they do help me. It don't work for everyone. But they do help in a way. It's 9 already. Is trying to understand every reason behind an action or a word, overthinking. It's not thinking before saying or doing something what experiencing your emotions is all about. My god, it's gonna be a wild ride for White. Okay, but I'm curious. Okay, I'm reading Discord. Why Noir still has that business card, and can we talk about how vividly Black is recalling a memory from when he was 4? It's very wild that he remembers Noir perfectly, face and all. It's 8 o'clock somewhere. I'm sorry. Since you're on my stream, you're on my time. It's 9 o'clock. Poor guy, but even though he is fragile, he is strong. Who are we talking about? White? I don't think I've ever heard anyone saying that White is strong. I mean, not that he is or isn't, but once I see someone saying character is strong, I always think they're referring to Black. The time changed back all of a sudden. He remembers an experience from when he was 4, but forgot his bestie. He remembers his father vividly. The father he hates. Weird dude, but I heard people say you get an awakening in your 20s and you become more emotionally mature and logical. I had gone through something like that, but I can't help think there should be more. I don't like to think of things like that because I'm gonna be judging my life very hard. I don't think I've ever gotten an awakening, or I was awakened. But But they do say that the frontal lobe completes its growth around 25. White is really strong. I envy him sometimes. That's very cool. I don't hear about this. Tell me more. But I also wouldn't want to be him. Like, I know he's stubborn. I know he's dedicated and intense. Intense is the word. But I don't think, if anybody, there are just very few people that refer to him as strong. He is strong. He's been through a lot, but he's still trying to do better and be better. Magically become stronger one day. I feel time makes you feel stronger. Experiences. I don't know if anybody can tell you it happened with them magically. I'm writing a story for the last 14 years, and the two main characters are just scratching the surface of becoming better and maybe stronger. And even if I had all the time in the world, I'll still need 70 chapters to reach this point, over 70 chapters, because yeah, one of the lines I told you I wrote a pitch for Grey Is and stuff, and one of the lines is the messy journey for self-discovery, because that journey is never linear and is never organized and easy. Strong, he's been through a lot, but he's still trying to do better and better. Yeah. White's obsession with being remembered reminds me of the Natio Memoria, a punishment the Romans and Greeks used to deal out to people. Never heard of that. You learn, you grow, you continue to learn and grow. Frog is the wisest here, so let's read. There is no awakening. You learn, you grow, you continue to learn and grow, and I'm certainly way more mature now that at 41 than I was in my 20s, but I also find that there's a plenty that I'm still learning about myself, my biases, and how they color my world. Yeah, true. I relate to that. In it, they used to erase every mark of the person there was, and everyone pretended that the person did. My god, that's very harsh. Why? Oof. One of the lines I wrote today in chapter 76, but I took out. It's not gonna be. It's probably gonna be on an illustration or something. It just doesn't have any place anymore. What does it mean to truly know someone when the memories are continually erased? It's just. It's been hard to put White's thoughts into words that many people are going to read in regards to identity, who he is, and reading that is just. It hurts. Erased every mark of the person, and everyone pretended that that person didn't exist. See, here's the thing. I'd love to have that happen to me. At a lot of the times when I think I feel like I don't want anything to be remembered about me or my work or anything. If there's a it's a comforting thought to not have anything. But for someone to do it for another, it's just pure evil, man. I was trying to be strong after the hurt and painful events that he had been through for Black and for himself. More so for Black. I don't think he thinks of himself, sadly. It's the culture of colonialism, erasure, so there's no better way to destroy a person, place, or thing. As a person who comes from the Middle East, it's very annoying. It's colonialism is very suffocating, and but what kills me now is seeing how it's being erased by the people themselves, not by the colonials, not by the colonized, not by the colonizer, but by the colonized. It's just drives me insane. Damning someone's memories. If you've watched Rise of the Guardians, the closest I've seen without it being actually the same thing was Jack Frost being invisible and no one remembering him. I think I've watched that, but I'm afraid I was sick at the time, so it's kind of like Your Name, the movie as well. There are certain things when I watch while sick, especially by the beginning of the sickness, nothing sticks, so I don't really remember. But I remember that I loved Jack Frost. As someone whose country was also colonized, I agree. Ah. Oh, this is a very big topic. I don't want to be triggered when it's too close to my sleep time. There once was an invisible man who had grown tired of being unseen. It wasn't the fact that he was invisible, it was because the world sought him out to be, but then the invisible man couldn't stand it much longer. He then started to wonder, if no one sees you, are you really there at— oh my god, a monster calls? Whoa, that's— a monster calls. That's a— I love it, thanks for sharing. Anyway. A good book, the context of it is sad. I love how wide your uh, knowledge is when it comes to stories, Blue. I love that. Very impressive. Monster Calls. I'm gonna look that up just to check. Anyway, thank you everyone for coming. I need to end this so I can catch some Z's. Catch some sleep before I start my day tomorrow. Can't wait for next week. I hope you all have a great week. Black hiding behind his bags. This white hiding behind his bangs. This volume feels shy, but also maybe an unconscious barrier as he is letting down his walls. I read. I'm gonna reread the messages on Discord better, but there were some messages like, did he? I think Ilma asked if he always was looking at Black or not, and when he looks, was he looking, really looking, or just through him? Even Mr. Black here was very attentive, saying that outside of when he's trying to comfort me, because yeah, when Black has meltdowns before, White often grabbed him by the face or by the shoulders and is like, look at me, stuff like that. So he does look at Black and looks in general at people. He did have eye contact, straight eye contact with full intention around Daniel. So it's not something that he does. I love this message I love your message, Frog, because it's probably that he is changing, and maybe he, like, chapter 73, he opened up to Black, and then Black came to him and said, let's White, and I want you next to me, and I want to find out why I don't remember you. So maybe he's uncomfortable with being seen. A funny thing for a person who's always wanted to be seen. Honestly, kind of want to just meet up with everyone and hang out and discuss books and other media. Would you like me to arrange something like that? I'd love to just. I don't mind just sitting and see you talk about it. Oh. White is too irritative. I did try to end the stream and then comfort in familiarity. Yes. Anyway, I'm gonna end this now. Thanks a lot for coming, and let's talk more maybe next time if Thank you. I hope everyone has a good week. Enjoy your time. Rest well. If you have exams, best of luck. See you on the Discord, or for those who come to the streams next week. Thanks again for coming, and bye.